Hello there YouTube, Kid Atheist here with another video for you. And today we'll be talking about why religion and politics is such a taboo subject in today's modern society. Let's get started. So today I really want to talk about three main points about this subject, and they are what are the consequences of it today, why it began to become taboo to talk about it, and how we can fix it. And so we're going to start off with what are the consequences about talking about it today, and basically what makes it even more taboo. So let's hop into that. First off, I just want to say that you can talk about religion and politics wherever or whenever you want. It's your First Amendment. It's our rights. And it's a part of freedom of speech. And now that you know that, I would like to tell you about this article I read on Glassdoor.com. By the way, links will be cited in the description. Okay, so just reading the article's title, you can already see that it's put as a standard that these things should not be talked about. It's called Sex, Religion, and Politics, Why You Should Never Discuss Them at Work. And we're only going to be talking about religion and politics, as I don't have much experience in the first one. So basically, they're kind of the same reasons, but it can kind of vary about how one might be more offensive to one person, one might be even more offensive to another. So let's say that you are having a discussion with your coworkers about, the upcoming elections, or something like that, okay? Now, one of you might lean really to the left, and one of you might lean really to the right. And that could be a very big difference for y'all. And if you didn't know this prior, then that could lead to some poor relationships and some lost opportunities. And this becomes even worse if you start talking to the boss, or rumors spread about how you lean all the way to the left, or you lean all the way to the right. And it will just spread, and people will know, and if people don't agree with you, they might think poorly of you. And this creates less opportunities, which is basically the consequence of it. At work, that's something we all have to do. And if you're close enough to people, they'll usually just bypass it. Forget that you ever even said it. But school? That's an entire different story. As many of you probably know, religion and politics is something that usually goes nowhere near school. Kinda. Now, if you're in America, then you probably know that in our Pledge of Allegiance we have one nation under God. And that's usually associated with Christianity, and you get the deal. So, why is talking about religion and politics not really too smiled upon in school? So let's just say that you're a kindergartner and you're a Buddhist, or your parents are teaching you about Buddhism, and that's basically your religion. Let's say you go to your kindergarten class and you have this really nice teacher who's really good at her job, and she is a Christian. She's really fun, she's a really good teacher. But one day she starts to talk about Jesus Christ and how he died for your sins. And you don't really know about Jesus, because your beliefs don't have anything to do with Jesus. So that kind of creates confusion in the kid. That basically makes them not know what to think. And it can also be put around with other things, like what if she was a Muslim, then she might be teaching about Muhammad. But the main factor is why parents don't want people talking about other religions in school. The key word is other religions. So if you were in the religion of Buddhism, they'd be totally fine if Buddhism was taught in the school. Most likely. Some people might not be. But if Christianity was taught in the school, they would hate it. They would want their beliefs taught in school, what they think is right. See, teaching the kid multiple religions, or telling him that there are multiple religions, would make him have to do his own research, would make him have to look at them all, and know that not all of them could be right. He would have to pick one, and he might not be able to pick the one that his parents picked. And to them, that's terrifying. And now we're going to go into why, or maybe how it started. Now the truth is, there isn't really just one answer. And I know how you hate not having an answer. That's why you're probably religious. So, I'll give you a few ideas to think about and maybe understand why it might be like this. Now, the first one comes in with America in 1954, when the phrase, one nation under God was added to the Pledge of Allegiance. Yes, America was not always a Christian country. I know, it's shocking, right? Of course, it wasn't just this. There were also Christian prayers and stuff like that in school that were forced upon. And nowadays, you can still pray in school, so I don't know what the argument is that you can't. But it's just not like a main activity where, like, okay, now everyone's going to pray in class. So imagine you're a Jewish, and you have a Jewish kid who you send to a school where they're forced to do Christian prayers and say one nation under God and all that stuff. Which is, but in fact, still in schools, I still have to say it. And I'm an atheist, so I don't really know how I feel about that. And also, it just wasn't this, there was other stuff, but basically, it kind of became like a, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. And that's probably one of the main reasons, and of course, it kind of branched out into other things with, you know, the Cold War and all that. But what I really want to talk about now is how we could fix this. How we can make it where we can talk about religion and politics freely without getting in trouble, which is not really possible. I mean, like I said, you can talk about it, but it's just that there's consequences to it that can't really be controlled by law, perspective, and stuff like that. You know, how a boss might, you know, secretly not like you because of your, you know, beliefs and stuff like that. He doesn't have to say anything about that. He just doesn't have to give you the promotion that you want. And there's not really a lot we can do about that besides be decent human beings and know that we're all humans and know that in today's society sometimes you're just brought up with what you got. And that's about all we can really do. So, thank you guys for watching this video. And if you liked it, please give it a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. And yeah, this is Kid Atheist saying peace. Bye.